In 2021, Washington State Legislature passed Senate Bill SB 5151 that authorizes the Washington State Department of Children, Youth, and Families, DCYF, to license outdoor nature-based childcare programs that enroll preschool or school-age children, teach a nature-based curriculum, and provide daily nature-based learning experiences. DCYF's commitment to a high-quality integrated system for children of all ages, while eliminating racial disproportionality, is in complete alignment with outdoor nature-based providers. The new legislation provided DCYF the opportunity to partner with tribes, providers, and stakeholders to develop and implement specific rules promoting a safe and healthy environment in a nature-based setting.
We became a licensed outdoor nature-based program for a number of reasons. So Fiddleheads had already been around for 5 or 6 years, and one of the co-founders was actually active in getting the state of Washington to license nature-based preschools. And we were part of the pilot program to make sure that our philosophies could reach as broad an audience as possible. And in addition, we're able to take children who need to pay with state subsidies. So those two are huge equity components. And then of course we just have access to a number of trainings and other resources through DCYF, which has been huge for us. So we are extremely grateful to have the DCYF licensors as part of our team. They are always there to help us make sure that we are in all the safety guidelines and know the latest. They have walked us through everything from setting up our nature-based program space to navigating COVID and other safety aspects of our classroom.
Through the process, we realized that these folks are just people who are really excited also about Nature Preschool like we are, and they have just been so supportive, answering all our questions through the process of becoming licensed, doing everything they can to help us.
Outdoor learning is changing the nature of childcare. It might seem like a field trip day, but it's a hands-on learning environment for children to experience and enjoy through DCYF's Outdoor Nature-Based Providers Program.
So the biggest couple pieces of our license program that have brought in more equity in our community are the additional length of time that we're able to spend in the classroom. So families who cannot manage just 4 hours are now able to leave their children for as long as 6.5 hours. We have an early care as well as one classroom that is 6 hours long. And then we are able to take children who need state subsidies to pay a part of their tuition. So that's a really important piece of ours. So just making sure that some of those constraints have been reduced for families is really important to us. We have a number of different pieces that influence our curriculum. So we have a very strong social emotional regulation component. We tend to use things like the zones of regulation, helping children understand that their feelings are not necessarily good or bad, but there are certain ways that we want to make sure that they're recognizing, processing, and acting on those feelings and impulses. In addition, of course, we are extremely centered in the Arboretum and all that it has to offer. So our nature-based component of our curriculum is very seasonal. It tends to change with whatever the children seem to be discovering at any given moment. And then also we have teachers who have a history of teaching in a combination of early childhood and outdoor environmental education. So we really make sure that their expertise and their enthusiasm really translates into the classroom. There are so many amazing reasons that families should choose an outdoor nature-based program. There is an amazing sense of exploration for both the children and the teachers. One of my favorite things about a program like this is that it's not just teachers sort of bringing things to the children. All of that extra self-regulation that they get to learn in our program is just a huge part of getting them ready for the next step.
So something that we love about our program is that we really are able to emphasize that relationship building with the students and their families. And part of the reason we're able to do that is that we have a low ratio of teacher to student 4:1, which is even lower than what licensing requires. And we want to do everything we can to maintain that because we feel it gives us a lot more opportunity to develop that one-on-one connection with each child and with each family. So we want families and students to feel supported and loved and seen in every way that we can. And we feel that that low ratio and our emphasis on that family communication piece really helps us do that and helps us support the whole child learning by supporting their family and knowing their family really well as well.
So here at the Arboretum, as part of the University of Washington Botanic Gardens, we have this really unique opportunity to have not only 3 beautiful classrooms, the Arboretum itself to walk and explore in our time with the children. We have amazing resources from the University of Washington. So for instance, we get volunteers and interns from the College of the Environment and the College of Education and things like that. Because we are in a public space, our program, our paths, are open to children with their families outside of class time. So we have a lot of families who will come here on the weekends or stay after school a little bit, and then the children become the teachers. So they have this amazing sense of ownership and stewardship in the space that we hope will last them a long time.
In outdoor nature-based programs, nature itself is a teacher. Children learn from the natural features, just as children learn from traditional indoor classroom opportunities. These organic learning opportunities prepare our kids for kindergarten and their lifelong learning adventures. Additionally, outdoor nature-based programs are a viable business option for licensed providers who do not have a home, facility, or school building to operate from. The benefits to outdoor learning are almost innumerable.
So outdoor nature-based providers are programs who are providing either largely or completely outdoor experiences for children during school time. So that is providers who have access to either a public or a private space where the children are able to spend a large portion of their school day. Some of the biggest ones for families to know are the self-regulation component, so the ability to regulate in the rain, to regulate in the weather, to regulate in a space that is always constantly changing. That is a huge component of their benefits. That sense of exploration and ownership over their own learning. The teachers might provide some activities, provide some guidance, provide some prompts, but the children themselves, their discoveries, their interests, and their self-selection at any given time are really key. So just making sure that within our classroom boundaries, we just have a variety of choices at any given time so the children can really feed what they're wanting to do at any given moment.
It's really clear how this kind of learning can benefit the whole child, can have a more holistic learning experience for their social, emotional development. Being outside can be really regulating emotionally for a lot of students. This sensory-rich environment can have a calming effect, and it also provides more social opportunities for them to learn. There are so many things that their brains are working on all the time when they're out here and learning and experiencing, observing. So it provides a lot more opportunities for that as well, and this sensory-rich, ever-changing environment is really special for them.
So a huge component of outdoor nature-based preschool is the understanding that a lot of children who have had some kind of challenges in a more traditional setting will often thrive a lot more in a setting like this. So we want to make sure that they are able to feel the breeze on their face, are able to ground themselves, against the stumps and against the soil, are able to really feel connected to that space, and just to be able to experience all of those healing and also healthful benefits of nature.
So we have had lots of students who a traditional setting wasn't as good of a fit for them, and seeing them grow and blossom here has been something that's been really rewarding for us as educators. And here we can give them so many more yeses, so many more safe ways to express themselves and their emotions and their excitement and their frustration, everything.
There are so many reasons for providers to consider an O&B program as a business option. If they are already largely outdoors but are not licensed, we would strongly encourage that for the equity component. There are so many amazing resources available to you once you've connected with the licensors. In addition, if they are sort of starting from scratch and just kind of considering in a broader lens where they want to go, as just a business model, a lot of families have in the last few years really become aware of the benefits of outdoor programs. So that is definitely, we've seen a huge uptick in what families want, and we're seeing a lot more outdoor time from that. There's just an atmosphere and a magic to it that is really hard to replicate in an indoor setting.
It does definitely seem intimidating at first, and there is a lot of upfront work. And the licensors are super on your side and there to support you. And for us, it has opened so many more doors to this larger support network and community than we could have ever imagined. Especially as a small school, it's been really huge for us. So it was definitely worth it, and we're really glad we did it.
Outdoor nature-based programs are helping create stewards for our communities, our state, our country, and our world.